and welcome to How to Cook Great Food. With thousands of recipes and millions of views, why not subscribe to our channel and join the family?
Welcome back once again to howtocookgreatfood.com. If you haven't already, please click that button and subscribe to our channel. On the menu today, and as you can see here, just finished piping hot, really delicious lamb and potato curry. We've got some really nice Indian spices in there. It's not going to take that long, and it really is delicious. Let's go and do it. Okay, let's take a look at some of the ingredients we're going to be using today. Star of the show at the back there, I've got some lamb. Now, I've got some nice kind of bits of lamb, and I've also got a few kind of little ribs and that in there. If you've got a little bit of fat on it, it actually works really nicely in this. Chopped onions, I'm using white onion today. Potatoes. Over here I've got chopped fresh garlic and ginger. Down here I've got my powders, which I'll explain a little bit more, but it's equal parts of cumin, coriander, chili and turmeric. Some chopped tomatoes in the centre there, fresh tomatoes. Try and use a nice ripe one. Here I've got my whole seeds, my garam masala. Again, as they go in, I'm going to tell you, but we've got cumin seeds, fennel seeds, dried chili, cloves, cardamom, peppercorns. I'll explain as I go in a bit later. And some fresh cilantro. We're going to start this off with some ghee today, which is a clarified butter. You could use oil if you wanted. We're going to probably add a touch of water and, of course, a little bit of salt. Okay, so as our pan heats up, we're going to add in some ghee. And I'm going for kind of 2 large amounts there. Now, as I said, ghee is a clarified butter. I mean, that's the brand that I use if anyone's interested. There's lots of brands on the market. And simply, as you can see, it's melting down. And as that happens, we're going to get in our whole seeds or our whole garam masala. Let me sprinkle them about so you can see what they are. So, green cardamom, a few fennel seeds, a few cloves, just a tiny amount of cloves, dried chili, peppercorns, and some cumin in there. But you could be adding some cinnamon, stick to this now, some bay leaves, black cardamom, mustard seeds, the list goes on and on. And what we want to do is we just want to heat them through, and they'll infuse that ghee or the oil that you're using and give it a lovely flavour. This is just going to take a few seconds. We're next going to add in our garlic and ginger. Now, I usually use garlic ginger paste, which is a 50-50 mix, but for this one I'm not. I want to use it like the fresh one, which is kind of a little bit more sort of chunky. But you could use either one. There's all our lovely ginger and our garlic, about equal parts again. To that we're now going to add in our lamb or mutton. And as you can see, I've got, like I say, a few kind of little ribs here and there and some beautiful kind of nice lean bits of meat. We're going to throw this around in the pan. We're on quite a high heat, not maximum but certainly above a medium. We're going to throw this around for about 4 minutes. That's about 4 minutes, starting to change colour but absolutely nowhere near cooked. But we've got some really adorable flavours happening right now. Now we're going to go in with our chopped onion. Simply, we're going to give this a little stir. What I am going to do is get some salt in there now before I forget. And again, throw this around another 3 to 4 minutes. And our onions are really making a big difference in there now, really sort of adding to the flavours. So this meat's been going on about 8 minutes now, still way off being done. What we are going to do now is add our fresh tomatoes. And like I say, always try and use a nice juicy tomato. And then we're going to add here our powders. Like I say, I always call these ones the big 4. They're equal parts of turmeric, chili, cumin and coriander. You could, of course, be using a blend of curry mix you already have, or ones that we have on the channel which you might want to look at. Let me give this a little mix. Now the reason I tell you to use a nice juicy tomato is we want, or a ripe tomato, is we want the juices from the tomatoes to break down and create a nice masala for us. What I'm going to do now is just add a little splash of water there. Not too much. Then we're going to add a lid. And we're going to cook that for about 5 to 6 minutes. Still on this kind of fairly high heat. And what we're looking for, like I say, these tomatoes to break down, become a little mush, which will give us a nice masala or gravy. If it's not enough, we will be adding some more water. At this stage, it looks like we will be. Okay, I've just lowered the heat, just while we're taking a look. Let's get some steam out of there, and there'll be lots of it. So as you can see, the tomatoes are starting to break down. We're now going to add in our potatoes. And as I said, we're going to add some more water. I'm now going to add some optional fresh green chilli. You don't have to do that, but we like that here. So the heat's going to go back up. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the lid back on. We're going to cook this for about 15 minutes. Stirring occasionally. If it gets a little bit dry, just top it up with a little bit more water. See you in about 15 minutes. Okay, I'm going to lower the heat now just to below a simmer. Roll that steam out for you, so it doesn't catch the camera. That's coming together really nicely. The tomatoes again further breaking down. Now, what I'm going to do now is heat's going to go to below a medium, and we're now going to cook this with the lid off. What we want to do now is kind of reduce down some of this liquid, but we need the liquid to cook our potatoes in, otherwise if it's too dry, that it takes such a long time to cook. So I would, when I'm going to go, let me just check on those. I'm going to go for about another 6 or 7 minutes. You now just want to cook this until your potatoes are tender, and at that point, because of the quality of the lamb that I've used, I ensure that that's going to be beautiful as well. So give it a stir every now and then. Up goes the heat just a little bit. See you soon. Okay, so as you can see, this is really kind of reduced down. And we've got a really lovely masala in there now. I'm going to finish this off with a couple of sprinkles of garam masala powder. And again, if you don't have garam masala powder, there's a video online on the channel you can watch. Some fresh cilantro or coriander, whatever you call that. Check that for salt. You might want to add a touch more salt. It's fine for me. Give us one final stir. Make sure your potatoes are nice and tender. And there we go. We've got a really nice lamb and potato curry. Hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And we'll see you soon. Lots of love.
With thousands of recipes and millions of views, why not subscribe to our channel and join the family?